Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be answering all of the fun questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram. So I asked you guys to ask me questions for this video, to ask me anything that you wanted to know about me, motherhood, working out, relationships, just anything. And you guys came up with some pretty good stuff. I'm so grateful that you guys took the time to ask me questions. That type of engagement is just really helpful to me, and it helps me out a lot on my YouTube channel. If you guys see something like fluffy down here that looks like a dog, it's not a dog, it's just a pillow that I have on my chairs in my living room. I'm kind of using it to like prop my elbow up on while I read the questions. If you guys have not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button down there in the corner. Take a minute and subscribe. I have new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, let's just get into what you guys are really watching this video for, which is your questions, and I have your answers. So let's just get right into it. Some of you guys asked me some really funny, interesting questions. Two of you I've known a long time, so no big deal, but you guys are weird. I have 20 questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram, so we'll just start with number 1 and go down through the list. Number 1, is your real name Libby, or is that short for something? Yes, my real name is Libby. Growing up, a lot of people asked me if it was short for Elizabeth, but it's not. My real name is Libby. Are you liking YouTube so far? Are you happy with your growth? I am really liking YouTube so far. It's a lot different than what I thought it was going to be like. Not going to lie, getting subscribers is a lot harder than what I thought it was going to be. I think my growth is good, but I think it is slower than what I had originally thought that it would be. So I'm just being honest with that. If you are thinking about starting your own channel, don't let that scare you off at all. Definitely start your own channel if you are interested in it. I have a lot of fun with it, and I have met a lot of really good and interesting people in like my YouTube Facebook groups. Number 3 is, what is the hardest part about having kids? The hardest part for me personally, having kids, is just constantly being on someone else's schedule and not being able to do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. So I'm like a very structured mom. I'm very into my schedules. I'm very into my nap times, and I really don't veer far from those. So if I have a friend or a family member who's having a fun get together, but maybe that doesn't line up perfectly with my kids' schedules, then I really have to work like out what am I going to do in this scenario. Having to constantly look at if it's time to eat, is it time to take a nap, is it time to take a bath, just constantly, you know, being on someone else's schedule and not having total freedom anymore, that has definitely been the hardest part for me as a mom. Question number 4, in some of the vlogs I noticed Greer with a pacifier. Any plans to get rid of it? Yes. Yes, I would love to get rid of the pacifier. I had planned on doing it when she was 2, and then we had Banks, and then Banks had a pacifier, and then Greer wanted Banks's pacifier, and it was just kind of all downhill from there. And Banks always has his pacifier around, so then Greer thinks she needs her pacifier too. I realize that she's 3, and I probably really need to, you know, be working towards not having the pacifier anymore, but I'm choosing my battles right now. It's kind of been a weird time with just quarantine, so I will be getting rid of the pacifier sometime. I don't really have a plan of action for it though. You guys, this was the most asked question. Are you going to have more kids? A lot of my family members asked this question. So I think we will have more kids, a kid or 2 more kids. I probably will not have more than 4 kids, but I like to see each kid how it's going. So I'm not going to commit to 4 till I've had a 3rd, and then we will see from there if we want another one still. Honestly, I probably would have had a kid by now if it wasn't for like COVID and coronavirus. It's just like such a crazy time. I don't really know if I want to be pregnant right now. I'm sure we will have another kid sometime in the future. We don't really know when, probably when coronavirus stuff settles down. I'm not for sure, but we are currently planning on at least one more kid, we think. Question number 6, how long did it take you to get pregnant each time? With Greer, we got pregnant very first attempt. It was like, it happened, and 2 weeks later, positive pregnancy test. With Banks, I don't think it was the first month, but we also weren't really like tracking anything the first month. And we got pregnant the second month with Banks when I was like, okay, when am I actually ovulating? And then we got pregnant that month. Question number 7 is, how do you even find time to make these YouTube videos? I'm really productive at nap time. My kids take a 2-hour dual nap in the afternoons. They're actually asleep right now. And I plan my videos out for the week, and at nap time, that is my time to film my videos. The next day, I will edit the video, and then the next day is upload, publish of the video. Question number 8, when you go to the pool, do you wear a 1-piece or 2-piece? I am a mom of 2, and I have a not even 1-year-old yet. I am rocking the 1-piece. And I love my 1-piece. Question number 9, does your husband support you putting content on YouTube? Heck yeah. So my husband is, you know, he's very goal oriented. He is very, very into his work. He's a very hard worker. When I bring an idea to my husband of something that I want to do, he is always 100% on board. He talks it through with me. We go through pros and cons, and he is 100% supportive, and I love that about him. Question number 10, was the transition from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2 kids harder? For me, the transition from 0 to 1 kids was so much harder. I was a mess after I had Greer. Like, I just didn't know what to do. She was a very fussy and difficult baby, and I just did not know what to do with her. I loved her so much, but I was like, oh my gosh, my life is ruined. And yeah, I was a mess after I had Greer. After I had Banks, it was so easy. He is just like the perfect addition to our family. A lot of that has to do with his personality. He is a very good-natured baby. Yes, it is difficult juggling 2 kids versus 1, but he has seriously made it so easy for me. And yeah, I had a lot more of a difficult time transitioning after Greer than I did after Banks. Question 11, do you shop a lot? Where do you shop at? I do shop a lot, but none of it's for me. I shop a lot for my kids. Most of it's off Amazon, especially right now with coronavirus. I'm not taking the kids into any stores at all. So I get most of my stuff off Amazon for them. Sometimes I'll do like Target or Zara or H&M, but most of the time it's either Target or Amazon. And I hardly buy anything for myself, but I'm okay with that. Question 12 is, how far away do you live from family? Are you close with them? So we live in Lee Summit, Missouri, and I have a brother that lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I have another brother that lives in Blue Springs, Missouri, which is just like 15 minutes from us, so that's nice. And then my sister lives in Kansas City, and she's probably like 30 minutes from us, but both of our parents, both Jared's parents and my parents, both live 2 hours from us. Oh, and the second part of that question was, are you close with them? Yes, I would definitely consider us close with both my family and Jared's family. Question 13 is best advice for a stay-at-home mom of 1 and 2 kiddos. My best advice is to get on a schedule. I know It's kind of difficult because moms just have different parenting styles. I'm a very schedule and routine type of mom, and some moms just don't like work like that. So I personally have found it so much easier to have my kids on a routine and on a schedule. I know that they are both going to go down for their nap every day at 2, and that I will have from 2 to 4 to do whatever I need to do in that time frame. Also, it makes it a lot easier when your kids are on schedules for other people to come over and watch them, because you can tell them exactly what they need to be doing with them and when they need to be doing that. I have also found that it helps a lot with behavioral things with Greer to be on a schedule. She's a very feisty and rambunctious 3-year-old. So having her on a schedule helps just keep her safe feeling and comfortable feeling, and knowing that she knows what's going to be expected of her that day. So yeah, I am not one of those moms that's like, oh, go do whatever, go nap when you're tired, go eat when you're hungry. I have to have a schedule and a routine, and it makes me a better mom. I think it makes my kids better. And I'm not for sure how I would handle 2 if I didn't have my routines. Question 14 is, how long do you think you'll be in your current house? Our plan is to stay here like for a really long time. Like I could see us being here like till our kids are in high school, till they go to college, retiring here. We love the house we're in now. We love the location of the house. We love the neighborhood we're in. And there's just so many projects we can do around here to keep this house up to date and something that we enjoy living in. So I think we will be in this house for a really long time. Question 15 is, how much do you weigh? I currently weigh 145 and proud of it. Question 16 is, what's the screen time policy in your house? Guys, we don't really have a screen time policy. If Greer wants to watch a show, we usually let her watch something. She takes my phone, she's on my phone. You guys have seen her on my Insta stories, posting her own stuff before. Screen time is kind of like our area that we really struggle in, because Greer really likes her screen time, and she's so hyper and high maintenance during the day. And the screen time is something that just she's very engaged in. She will sit down. I can do some work. I would say that she watches an hour a day of screen time, if I was just to guess, which I know that's more than the recommended amount for her age, but I would say that she probably gets an hour of screen time a day. If you have any advice and have a toddler that's similar and you have found a good way to like manage their screen time, let me know in the comments. Question 17 is, if you have another baby, would you want a boy or girl? I just really don't care. I have never cared what sex my babies were going to be. With Greer, didn't care. With Banks, didn't care. I just want a healthy baby and to have a healthy pregnancy. I could care less what they come out with. Question 18 is, how did you and your husband meet? We went to high school together. I've dated him since I was like 15, 16. I was super young when we met, so was he. He's only a year older than me. So then we dated all through high school, all through college. There was a brief time in college when he dumped me. Not letting him forget that anytime soon. But that break only lasted like a month, and then we were back together. So yeah, we met in high school and the rest was history. And thank God I met my husband in high school, because I have heard some dating stories from some of my friends. It's a madhouse out there. Question 19 is, did you go to college? I did go to college. I went to the University of Missouri. I graduated with my bachelor's degree in elementary education. So yes, I did go to college. Question number 20 is, how long do you intermittent fast for? So I am a coach for the Faster Way to Fat Loss program, and they do intermittent fasting in their program, and they follow a 16-8 protocol. So we fast for 16 hours And then we have 8 hours during the day to consume all of our food, all of our macros. So I fast for 16-hour increments. So typically that is from 7 at night to 11 o'clock the next day. Well, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing a little bit more about me. I hope that you liked the answers to my questions and that they were helpful to you guys. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, be sure that you are hitting that subscribe button, guys. You won't regret it. I have new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.